Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the 11 Days of Global Unity. This is our 15th anniversary, and we are bringing you the people who are really living a culture of peace to help grow more unity and kindness in each community. So we have with us today beautiful Maria. She's here to share with us about peace polls for our schools. So welcome, Maria.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. I really am excited to hear more about how parents can get involved, and maybe PTAs and PTOs can get involved to have these beautiful polls at their school. And then maybe just a little bit of information about how you're growing kindness and unity in your community.
Well, absolutely. In 2016, I met Major Renee Marie, and I had known about Peace Polls before. I had put on a 2-day Oneness Peace Festival during the 11 Days of Unity here in Sacramento in 2012. So not everybody has to go out and put on a big event. We can think globally and act locally. And so when I met Renee Marie, I didn't know, I'd only seen peace poles that were wooden and that were permanent fixtures, and I had never seen a PVC peace pole such as this that you can plant in the ground, or I have this one here in my office so that they can actually be moved around. And so my son at the time was in the Model UN Club, and I called the school. I said, well, how can we talk about peace polls at their Model UN Club? That seemed like a perfect fit. And the teacher, I called the school and found out who the teacher was, and I asked to come in and if we could come in and speak about the peace polls, and she said no. And I was like, what? She said, no, I'd rather have you come in and speak about to our AP World History and World Geography. So we got to come in 2016 and talk for 40 minutes in each of those classes about peace to the students. And we're, the seeds of peace. And just last year, in 2016, when my son graduated from high school, some other Model UN members and the California Scholarship Federation, they put their money and paid it forward. So we did have impact in that school, and they decided to purchase a 8-language peace pole for their school and pay it forward to the middle school and to one of the elementary schools. Well, those just happened to be all 3 of the schools that my son attended, and we got to go over there and do peace poll dedications, and it was a full circle moment to be able to go back to the schools that my son had been in and talk to them about peace. And also, it's very important that when Renee and I come out and speak, my portion of it is that I add a little native flair to that, and I bring my drum, because I want to inspire them. I want to open their hearts, and the drum just expands your heart. It's just the beat of our heart. So I have the kids put their hands on their heart. I drum the drum so our hearts beat as one. Then I do a 4-direction blessings, and I have the kids repeat after me, because thoughts are things followed by words and actions.
Right.
And that's what we're creating in the world. So what we want to see in the world, we need to think, speak, and act. And so we put our hands, I have them put their hands on their heart and say, may peace be in our hearts. And they repeat, because that's where it begins. May peace be in our hearts. May peace be in our schools. And
may peace be in our schools.
May peace be in the United States of America.
May peace be in the United States of America.
And may peace prevail on earth.
And may peace prevail on earth.
Yes. Can you feel that?
Very powerful.
Vibration of those words, and we speak them and we send them out to all 4 directions. And then I share with them some native wisdom. And that is that for every choice we make right now in this moment has the power to heal the 7 generations and the power to heal the next 7 generations.
Right.
So explain to them, we are choosing peace right now in this moment by having a peace pole in our school in a high traffic area where the kids are passing by it every day, and reminding them to as you say, being kindness. We often try to set it up during kindness week at some of the schools, or peace week, or during the season of for nonviolence, during the period of the death of Gandhi and Martin Luther King from January to April. So we try to coordinate with some of those times of the years and work with the schools. Now, when the Vista Del Lago High School donated a peace pole to the middle school was so impressed by their gift and generosity that their PTO asked me to come in and speak, and they decided that they would like to pay it forward, and they purchased a peace pole for another one of their feeder elementary schools coming into the middle school. And so it's continuing to flow, and I'm just so excited. My son is now in college. He just is a second year at the Folsom Lake College here, and those children have teens have, inspired me as an inspirational speaker, but inspired me to do more work here right in my own town. What can I do in my city? Yeah. And now, the vision is that Eagle vision, they're the Vista Eagles. The vision is to see peace poles at every one of our schools from kindergarten to our college. Yeah. And it's already happening. And I'm working and partnering with the Rotary Clubs International, because they're very much about peace. We've done quite a bit of peace work with them.
Beautiful.
And yes.
So that's the second question, Maria, and I love this because it's so beautiful and it's so important, because We the World, is the founder of the 11 Days of Global Unity. The founder of We the World, Mr. Rick Alfick, had this vision, and as we are celebrating our 15th anniversary, we're trying to invite more people from each community to get more involved in how do we grow unity in each community. So what can we do together that we can't do on our own? That's something that I feel like I'm so honored to be able to have you on this platform, because this is going to reach hundreds of thousands of people, and we're going to be able to hopefully get many, many peace poles in all the schools. So can you tell us a little bit about how we can get involved to help support this?
Yes. Well, you don't have to, do big deeds. They come from small deeds with pure. It's all about the intention of what we're trying to achieve. And so parents can call their schools, can call their PTO, and ask to, have a peace pole placed at their school. They can also send them a link to our Facebook page, Peace Poles for Schools, which has other photos and a link to our site where they can purchase a peace pole for their school. And if those schools are in Northern California and Central California, then Major Renee or I, or both of us, try to actually create and be there for the dedication, to be part of the ceremony. So we're committed not only from the purchase of the peace pole, but to the ceremony. And then as organizations, it takes one person. It takes one person to change a school, a community, but then you have to involve the group. And so an important part of that is also getting the students involved. Some of those, the Model UN groups, some of the cultural groups that they have at the schools, and get them involved in that, in being peace ambassadors. And we have students come to the other schools that we're donating the peace poles to. So we have connections between the schools and continue that after we leave. Also in your community, you can, as an organization, many people belong to lots of different organizations, whether business networking organizations, religious, cultural organizations. People can have a peace pole in their place of business, creating a culture of peace that we work in, teamwork. We can have it in your organization, at your place of worship. You can contact your local city hall. Why not have a peace pole in your local park or at the city hall? we are expanding it to all public spaces so that the more that we see this message of peace, the more it becomes our reality.
How many peace polls have there been out in society now that since
There are over 200,000 peace polls on the planet right now, and they have just recently put the last one in. We're on every single country in the world.
oh, so beautiful. And the email, you have a Gmail, correct, that people can connect with you so they can get a brochure and they can get information so they can take this to their school?
Yes, that is Peace Polls for Schools at Gmail, and on Facebook, we're at Peace Polls for Schools. And
Yes,
they can actually
I
link.
invited all my friends to like and to like that beautiful page.
Yes, and
I've
wherever
also
you,
gotten the information so that we can bring I'm going to bring this to our mayor and to our Rotary and see if we can possibly have it at our botanic garden and hopefully in our Solvang Park. I would love to have it in our Solvang Park. We have
absolutely.
so many people who come from all over the world, and really we are dedicating our Danish Days festival to expanding and growing more kindness and unity in our community. And I love that you're doing this in your community. And so that's the best way people can connect with you.
That's so they can connect to us. Also, I want to encourage people as individuals. You can have a peace poll in your home. I have one in the front of my house, and I've lived here for 25 years. Don't know all the neighbors, neighbors come and go. But when I'm out there working in my yard, people stop by. They want to talk about the peace poll. And I will tell you, last year at Halloween, I had the front door cracked open a little bit so I could hear the kids coming up the door. And I heard kids so excited and saying, "Oh, look, there's a peace poll." They knew what it was. I had to have my husband answer the door because I was in the back and I was crying.
Aww.
I was crying because
You're so
I knew that those kids knew what a peace poll was because we had just had a dedication there a couple of months prior to that. And I was so moved that little kids in the neighborhood knew what a peace poll was. And that meant that comes right to my door, full circle.
Are there children that are involved in the peace polls for schools too? Are there groups or organizations that are forming that are for children and youth?
We're mostly have been working with the adults and trying to get it into places at schools. Major Renee has specified, her main mission is to put them in schools. I'm a peace ambassador, and I do dedications not only at schools, but at, I spoke at City Hall in Pacific Grove for their International Peace. We have them, but getting the students involved, we usually go through the community, but because
I would love to see that. I would love to see I would love to interview some of the children that have seen the peace polls and have, been maybe even your son who actually grew up with seeing those and noticing, and seeing that as he grew up, the changes in our world and how important this really is to our world.
It absolutely is. And as I said, to have that moment at 3 different schools, at his elementary school, at his middle school, and his high school, and be able to present with my son by my side as part of the coalition of the students is one of the proudest moments of my life and all of the peace work that I have done, because I know that if I die tomorrow, I have left a legacy in my son, in my community. And that's all that anyone can ask for, is what can we do today and what can we leave a legacy for tomorrow?
Absolutely. And let's do that again. Let's do that one last time for our world, for right now, holding this, our beautiful world, Let's hold that vision.
Let's take 3 deep breaths together.
Okay.
One for ourselves. One for humanity, and one for Mother Earth. May peace be in our hearts.
May peace be in our hearts.
May peace be in our schools.
May peace be in our schools.
May peace be in the United States of America.
May peace be in the United States of America.
And may peace prevail on earth.
And may peace prevail on earth.
Aho, and so it is.
So it is. Wow. That's so powerful. I think that might be what I'm going to do at our ceremony when we have ours. I think I'll start doing that also. That's so beautiful. Do you have a script and things like that for people who do want to do ceremony? That's another question I was wondering, because when we start talking about what can we do together, I want to put this in our newsletter. I want to put this in, and also please post on our website. We have globalunitycalendar.org.
Yes.
Any events that you have going on in September, October, November, you can put those up so that we can really help cross promote those.
Yes, and even as individuals, even if your child isn't in a hye school, I'm dating myself. I'm the event planner for our 40th class reunion for 4 classes for my high school, and we are going to be placing peace poles going back to our school. It was when I went there, and we are putting at my high school, my middle school, and my elementary school. And we're even inviting teachers that were at the elementary school 50 years ago are joining us. They're in their late 70s and 80s, and they're going to be joining us and having this full circle moment at my high school. I wouldn't have necessarily thought about that before. And once I did it at these 3 schools, and it continues to grow. Now I want to have it in our city. We want to be an international city of peace. It is expanding, and just when I thought my own heart couldn't be more expanded on that, I'm finding other ways that we can put them in schools, and I'm beginning with my own schools.
What a great suggestion. I love that. And see,
so there's
that vision and seeing that for our entire planet, for each community. See, we're all working towards each of our communities to become more kind, more compassionate. I am the ambassador for kindness and compassion for our city, and we're working with Charter for Compassion and World Kindness USA and the World Kindness Movement to really take this, and we the world, all of this together is to bring us a global education for our local small towns. And I love that you're thinking about outside of the box. You're thinking outside of what we would actually think of for a high school reunion. I love that idea. I think that's
yes, and we're having it because people are coming in the day early for the homecoming game, scheduling 2 of the peace pole dedications on the day of our homecoming so that people can come into town and be there for that. Because many of the kids we went to school with at the middle school and elementary school, we grew up with them. So they get to participate with that and open the community to have involvement. The schools, we don't necessarily have a script for a dedication. However, we have had firefighters. The schools has invited firefighters to come in. We've had the Rotary come in, the mayor of the city. We've had working with the children. One of the schools we did at David Lewin Elementary School in Sacramento, they had essays. Sixth grade students wrote essays, what peace means to me. They also, all of the children had artwork that they got to create for peace and hold up, their little peace photos that they've painted or drawn. So we encourage, to bring in artwork and writing, and the writing was amazing. These children are the children coming in after the millennium. My son was born in 2000. So these children are old souls, and they have a purpose, and want to remind everyone that they have a purpose And it may not have to be doing grand, big scale things, but just bringing the energy that you bring to a room. Come in with a smile and kindness.
Yeah,
And
it
this is
makes
how
a
I
difference.
raised my son. And that's what I continue to tell the other kids. And, you know, I'm not, so they'll actually listen to me. Because kids only
Absolutely.
listen, they never listen to
I'm
mom.
so grateful. Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you so much. And one more time, let's get that, the best way people can contact you to really grow this in their community.
Yes, they can contact Maria Maldonado through Peace Polls for Schools at gmail.com. We're also on Peace Polls for Schools on Facebook. And you can see some of the dedications that we've done there. I'm going to be uploading some other videos, but we're very excited about this. And you know, it's what gets me fired up. Whenever I feel discouraged about anything, I start thinking about, okay, where can we get a peace poll? And it fills my heart so deeply. I move myself about it. You know?
Absolutely. And this is the series that we're talking to the compassion leaders, the kindness leaders who are out in their community that are living this culture of peace and helping us to grow a culture of peace. So please share this video. Let people know how important these peace polls are. And if you feel called, reach out to us. You can reach out to me. I'm Karen Palmer at wetheworld.org. And you can also reach out to us at our website, we.net. Join us on the We team and be a volunteer to help expand your message, your gifts, your organization. Everyone is welcome. We are creating a web, which is where everyone belongs, of love, using all of our social media, all of our technology to raise the vibration of compassion, gratitude, joy, love, kindness, and peace on earth. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for caring. Remember, kindness changes everything. Bye, everybody.